Hey buddy. Okay. I've been having this video idea for a while now. Since like 2021, I want to say. Yeah, sometime around 2021, 2022, so about like a year or two now. I've been having this idea of basically going through an artist's music and ranking it. Not ranking all of the music at once, but basically sectioning off album by album. Being like, oh, what's the best songs on this album? And what's the best songs on this album? All objective, of course, is just my opinion and from what I like out of music and such like that. And I basically did it starting off with two artists. I haven't finished the second one, but the first one I finished a while ago, but just wasn't sure how to really structure the video and just been trying to work on that. But I'm going to be going through my favorite band, Boys Like Girls, giving a little bit of history, not too much history, about the band itself. And then, of course, going through all their albums and ranking all the songs. So, let's go ahead and begin. So, a little backstory. Boys Like Girls, band based out of Boston, Massachusetts, formed in 2005 and released their first album, their self-titled album, also known as Boys Like Girls, in 2006. I found them basically from my uncle. We got a bunch of MP3s for Christmas. My uncle put a bunch of rock songs on mine. I don't know why. I guess it's because of the wrestling that we were watching. And he's noticed that all my favorite wrestlers had like rock themes and stuff like that. So he put a bunch of rock songs on there. And one Boys Like Girls song is on there, and that was like the only song I listened to other than Alter Bridge's Metalingus song. But yeah, so from there I just grew to love Boys Like Girls so much. Boys Like Girls is a very much emo pop, it's a pop rock band first and foremost, and has some emo and some alternative mix into it. So it's like emo pop rock, and that's the main stuff that they do. So let's go ahead and get into the first album. First album came out in August 22nd of 2006. It is a 12-track album coming in at 45 minutes and 14 seconds long. When Boys Like Girls came out, it was basically just like a really big hit. With them, came out basically like the right time when a bunch of other bands started picking up popularity, like Here's What We Aim For, All Time Low, Meet the Kings, just all those like 2000s emo rock bands coming out of the woodworks, following the steps of like All American Rejects and stuff like that. So let's go ahead. When I'm going to be ranking these, I might talk a little bit about the songs. I'm not going to try and talk too much about these songs. Obviously, I'm not going to play any music because I don't want to get a copyright strike or whatever. So basically go through and listen to these songs on your own and give me your own rankings of how you rank each album. So first things first, with Boys Like Girls, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. So when listening to it, what I found at the very bottom, number 12, we have Dancehall Drug. It's okay. Nothing too special about Dancehall Drug. And along the lines with that, we have number 11, Me, You, and My Medication. A bit of a darker tone of a song that they have, but still, it's alright. Then we have number 10, Up Against the Wall, with more adversity stuff that are the emo songs that they had. With that, we also have number 9, Broken Man, which is again another song about adversity. And then number 8, we have Holiday. I honestly do not remember too much about Holiday. It's been a while since I've listened to the song on my own. But yeah. And then basically from here on up, we have songs I really like. Number 7 is one of the singles, which has slowly fallen down the ranks for me, to be completely honest. Is one of the singles, Thunder. Thunder was probably one of my top 3 songs from this album. And as I listen to it more and more, I've just not liked it as much as a bunch of other songs that they have. Then we have number 6, Learn to Fall. Again, one of those adversity songs that was of the time. Following that, with number 5, the first ever song that they actually came out with, Hero/Heroine, which is a really nice, upbeat upbeat song about romance and stuff like that. Fun fact about Hero/Heroine, the music video makes a brief cameo in this movie called A Taken Apart 1 through 3, starring Denzel Washington and John Travolta. It's not the best movie in the world, but honestly, it's probably one of my favorite average movies out there. But yeah, now we have to number 4, On Top of the World. Just a really good, great upbeat song that I have going on. A lot of these higher songs of the first album all have like a similar theme of just being true to yourself and basically getting away and like a bit of a celebration. And then number 3, 5 Minutes to Midnight. 5 Minutes to Midnight is really similar to On Top of the World. Just has slight different vibe. With one of them being like more like, hey, let's spend tonight like just enjoying ourselves, and the other one being like, hey, we only got a couple minutes to midnight, so let's go crazy and stuff like that. Number 2, we have Heels Overhead. This is one of the romance songs, more like in terms of like a song that you listen to for a breakup, because it's just about basically someone leaving you and you not be, and just the aspects of that. And then number 1, very obvious, it's The Great Escape. One of the singles, the hit single that they came out with, one of the best boys and girls songs out there, one of the best pop, emo rock songs out there in general. It's just a really great song, especially the bridge is really catchy as well. But yeah, at first, when this album came out, it was mixed on arrival. Of course, a lot of the singles were a lot of the more popular songs. The singles being Thunder, Hero/Heroine, and The Great Escape. But yeah, so this album did pretty well. They went on tour for a good while, for a good several years, until finally in 2009, September 2009, they came out with their second album, Love Drunk. But yeah, so Love Drunk is the most successful album that they've had. A lot of the singles went gold, and one of the key singles went platinum. The whole album as a whole went gold as well. But yeah, this album came out September 8th, 2009. It clocks in at about 43 minutes and 9 seconds long. And here we go. So this album is 11 tracks long, with the bottom of the ranking being Heartbreak, being one of those singles that actually flopped. It's not the best song out there, and because of Heartbreak flopping, the band actually went on a bit of hiatus until they came out with the third album. What they originally had planned for the third album, they scrapped and then created a brand new take on what the members of the band were doing at the time. So yeah, it's not the best song out there. I actually used to like it a lot more, but just as repeat listens to, it's just not as good as I thought it was. Then we have number 10, which is Go. Go is way too long. It's longer than it needs to be. The song is 6 minutes long, but in reality, they could have cut out the last 3 minutes of the song, because the first 3 minutes is pretty nice, a good inspirational song that they have going on, and in the last 3 minutes, just pure instrumentals. And they could have either made that shorter, like about like a minute or so, or just cut it out entirely. Because the lyrics are pretty good. There's a whole theme with Love Drunk as a whole, which is why it's one of my personal favorites, because it has a lot to do with romance and stuff like that. But with Go, but yeah, Go doesn't really have that with it. Alongside that, we have number 9, Shot Her on the World. I honestly don't really listen to this one that much, and I honestly don't really remember too much about it. I just remember liking it more than Heartbreak and liking it more than Go. From here on out, again, 11 tracks on this. One number 9, everything from 8 and above, I really love these songs. It's just basically trying to determine which songs I like more than the other ones. So we have number 8. This really kicks off the whole, well, with Heartbreak, we have the whole romance stuff. But this is what I think really kicks off with the romance stuff, that the emo-ness that they brought out in the pop rock songs. That being the first one. Oh no, not the first one, The Real Thing. Real Thing, number 8, it's basically just been like, oh, find love and hey, this is real and stuff like that. These people finding each other and such. Then we have number 7, the first one. This is basically a song of, it's a heartbreak song. Basically going to hey, the first heartbreak that you ever had is always going to be your worst one because it's the first time experiencing heartbreak. Then we have number 6, which is one of the singles. Probably this song is again one that I really like a lot. I tried to move it a bit higher, but just the other songs above it, I just prefer it a lot more. This is number 6. She's Got a Boyfriend Now. This is a sad-ish song. It's really upbeat and stuff like that. Basically just talking about two people basically just going their separate ways. Someone's going on with a career and the other person is finding new love and stuff like that. She's got a boyfriend, I got a rock band and stuff like that, and nothing really goes the way it's planned. Stuff like, hey, you can never really plan out things too far in advance. Stuff's always going to change and stuff like that. Then we got number 5, which is Chemicals Collide. This is a really simple song, just being like, oh, the chemistry between the two of us is just really great. And then once you feel these chemicals collide, stuff is just really, you're going to really feel it yourself as well. Just feel how well we go together. Then we have number 4, Love Drunk, the titular name of the album, which is just a great breakup song. It's so amazing as a breakup song. The lead single that they came out with it, I'm pretty sure it was the first song that they released for the album as well. But Love Drunk is just so great. You just really scream out about really going through all of this stuff with this person. And then now that it's over, you've finally taken off the rose-tinted glasses and seeing all the stuff that they put you through. And then we have number 3, which is the opposite of Love Drunk, Someone Like You. This is a song, a lot slower song. It's really about basically finding someone and them saving you from like a difficult situation that you're in. Then we go on to, that was number 3, yeah. Then we go into number 2, which is Contagious. This is basically a song about falling in love with someone. It's a song that I would basically go to, like if I had to pick a song for karaoke, Contagious would definitely be one of them. It's just so upbeat and catchy. Then the number 1 song. Honestly, this song is probably my favorite Boys That Go song of all time. It is the obvious number 1 from Love Drunk. It is 2 is Better Than 1, featuring Taylor Swift. So yeah, they were able to get Taylor Swift to work with them. This is around the time that Taylor Swift came out with Fearless, the album that, was it a second album? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the second album. Speak Now was the third one. Yeah, pretty sure. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, with Fearless came out around this time. So so with Boys That Girls going on the high, on rising up in popularity, and Taylor Swift also rising up in popularity, they came together and made this whole amazing love song. It has a little bit of country in it, but the song is just so wonderful. It's just so beautiful. Just a great love song to dedicate to someone. But yeah, so following Love Drunk with Heartbreak, as I mentioned before, the band went on a bit of hiatus. Marty Johnson, the lead singer of the band, went on to basically just write up a bunch of other songs and started working with a bunch of other artists, being their writers, like Ariana Grande and Avril Lavigne, and also writing for people like Flo Rida. He's written for a lot of people. And then one of the other members, I think, named Nick, I cannot remember his last name, because I'm thinking of Dio Giovanni, but I think that's Paul Dio Giovanni. But Nick was also like basically working in Nashville, working with country artists as well. Basically also writing for a bunch of country artists. So the next album, which came out around 2012, Crazy World, came out. December of 2012. The EP came out in July 17th of 2012. And then the official album came out on December 11th of 2012. This song came out while I was in middle school, 8th grade, really rough time of my life. So I have some special attachments to this album. a lot of people did not like this album at all when it came out. I can understand, really, when going through this. I can say, like, basically about half these songs I'm not the biggest fan of. These songs are, a lot more country, a lot more poppy, really swingy as well. This was a departure from what they had, but there was still some really good songs on here. Also a lot more cheesy as well. So let's go ahead and go into it. So Crazy World is an 11-track album. Clocks in about 42 minutes and 26 seconds long. I could be wrong about the seconds. I wrote it down really badly on my notes. But at the bottom we have Hey You. Hey You is nothing special. Hey You, honestly, is probably my least favorite song of Boys Like Girls. It's just nothing special, really. Following that, we have Shoot It. This is another song which I can't really tell you much about. It's really nothing really special. Following that, we have number 9, which is Red Cup, Hands Up, Long Brown Hair, which is one of the singles that they came out with. This song is interesting. It's pretty catchy, but there's not much going on in the song. It's basically just being like, hey, this one random girl that I see at this party, and I'm gonna try and make her mine and stuff like that. We have number 8, which is Leaving California, which is a lot more somber song. It's really nice, just not my favorite. Then we have number 7, Crazy World. Again, Crazy World is a nice song. I can't really tell you much about it because it's not a song that I go out on my way to really listen to too much. Then we have number 6, which is called Cheated. This is a pretty decent breakup song, just about, especially if you have been cheated on. Just going through the aspects of being cheated on and just getting out your frustrations about that. And then number 5, we have one of the lead singles for this album, Life of the Party. A lot of people are not a fan of this song, but I actually do really like it. Some of the lyrics are a little bit cheesy, but I just think it's a really good upbeat song that they have. Especially the music video. The music video is really fun because he's writing the whole lyrics on the acoustic guitar. Following that, we have number 4, Take Me Home. This is the mix of like somber and upbeat. It's basically just trying to get someone to really help you out in this tough situation that you're in. It's really nice. Following that, number 3, the first time. This is a song about basically going back to your old hometown and just seeing how much stuff has changed. And it has a little bit of romance in there with basically going back with this person that you were with in the past and just basically reigniting an old flame. The romance stuff is very slight in there. It is mainly about reminiscing and stuff like that. Then we have number 2, which is Stuck in the Middle. Ooh, Stuck in the Middle is between number 2 and number 1. Stuck in the Middle was really close to being number 1. It's a really nice upbeat song, a really song about perseverance, getting through your hardship that you're going in. That hey, yeah, you're gonna be stuck in the middle, but like you'll be able to get through it. Especially the music album was basically just recording a bunch of people just holding up lyrics. It's really simple. Lastly is another one of the singles, Be Your Everything. Be Your Everything. This one really like feels reminiscent of older Boys Like Girls songs. It's just really nice upbeat romance song that I have going on. It's really nice. But with the release of Crazy World, again, not a lot of people liked it. The band went on basically an infinite hiatus until recently when they started going on tour again. But the band basically did nothing for a while until 2016, where Martin Johnson went off and created his own band. Yep, I'm talking about The Night Game. I'm going to be talking about The Night Game, the 2 albums they had in this, simply because I feel like it's really reminiscent to Boys Like... Excuse me, sorry. It's really reminiscent to Boys Like Girls, and it still has similar vibes, but it's a lot more old rock, still has some country in it. It's basically just like Martin Johnson's own pet project that he has going on. But some of the songs still remind me a lot about Boys Like Girls. It's basically a lot more mature Boys Like Girls. And I actually got to be able to see them in person. The band was created in 2016, but the album didn't come out until September of 2018. With that, they were just releasing a bunch of singles. There's a few singles on this album. But around like 2017, they went on tour. 2017, 2016 is when I actually learned about them. I'm pretty sure it was in 2016, late 2016, around my birthday. I just found them on Instagram, a post about the night game, and it was about Martin Johnson, and I was like, oh hey, I wasn't able to go with anyone else, I just went by myself. My first ever concert experience was watching the night game. But yeah, with the official release of the album in September 2018, I wasn't able to find an exact date. Not a lot of people actually know about the night game, the two albums that they have going out. I mean, not a lot of people even know about Crazy World either. So this is really where Boys Like Girls really started to drop off in popularity in like the wider world of rock and music and stuff like that. But anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the night game now. One sec. Oh, I really needed that. But yeah, so the night game, the first album, is a self-titled album, also known as the night game. It's an 11-track album. Clocking at 43 minutes and 47 seconds long. At the very bottom, starting at number 11, is a bridge. This is basically just a song that goes in the middle of a bunch of other albums, just a bridge to other songs. It's called Sunset on the Beltway. It's alright as a bridge, you know. It does what it's supposed to, but obviously you can't really compare it to the actual songs that are on the album. With that, we have number 10, one of the singles, Bad Girls Don't Cry. This is, again, it's going a lot more 80s feel, a lot more upbeat songs on here. Bad Girls Don't Cry is alright. It's just a little bit too repetitive for my taste. And then with that, we have number 9, Photograph, and number 8, Summerland. These songs are actually kind of blended together a little bit when I was listening to them. They were okay, but like nothing special, really. Then we have number 7, American Nights, one of the singles, one of the key singles. It's a really good song. There's just not a lot going on with it, really. Like, it doesn't really have the things that I like out of a song with the story and stuff like that. Following that, we have number 6, Back in the Van. This is a really simple song of Ben basically just being back on the road and stuff like that. Like, hey, let's get back in the van and let's go do this thing. And then we have number 5, Once in a Lifetime, one of the singles. It's a really good, again, another good upbeat song. Just doesn't have everything I'm looking for in terms of Boys Like Girls. Because when I think about Boys Like Girls, I really think about that romance stuff that they have. With that, we have the top 4 now. Number 4 is Die a Little. This one's, again, it's nothing that special, to be completely honest with you. But I just prefer it over the other ones because it has that hinge of romance in it. And then we have the top 3, which is songs I really, really love. Number 3 is Do You Think About Us? This is another one of those basically after breakup songs. You've been separated away from a while and you're just wondering if they ever think about you, really. And it's, again, a lot more adult way, being like, oh, do you ever think about us when he's touching all over you and stuff like that, when you're kissing each other, when you guys are doing stuff? Do you think about us? It's really good. It's just really good. It just really hits there. With that, we have number 2, which is Coffee and Cigarettes, which just beat Do You Think About Us. Between these two, they're a bit interchangeable. Coffee and Cigarettes, it's along similar lines, reminiscing on a past relationship, but this is more about like, oh, all I have left is just drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes while you're living an amazing life and stuff like that, where you have a lot things going on and I'm missing you and stuff like that. Then number 1, it's one of the best. It's probably top 3 of all time, or maybe at least in the top 5 of Boys Like Girls songs that Martin Johnson has sung. The Outfield. This is a song basically about being in love with someone and trying to get them to love you back. It's a bit of like someone really pushing you away and you just really want to be there for them, but they're pushing you away into the outfield and you're trying to stick out and you're really trying to make them notice you. Has some sad stuff to it, but it's a really catchy and upbeat song. It just really makes you want to sing. But they came out with that. They weren't doing too much for a while until around 2020, when the Night Game did release a single known as "I Feel Like Dancing," and in March of 2021, that's when they came out with Dog Years. Again, a lot more classic rock, a lot more country to it. Dog Years, I'm just being completely honest with you, probably my least favorite of all the albums. There's not a lot of songs in here which really stick out to me. But let's go ahead and go through them. So again, it's an 11-track album, clocking in at 41 minutes and 44 seconds long. The song at the bottom is it's just an intro song called The Slitwalker. It's a really weird intro song about like this girl narrating stuff. And then it basically kicks off to all the music that they have going on. Not the best intro in the world. Again, I'm gonna rank it on the bottom, like I did with the Beltway, Sunset on Beltway. It's not technically a song, but it's a track on the album. Then we have number 10, which is Our Generation. This is a really weird song. I'm not really sure how to describe it. You just really have to listen to it to yourself. It's not a song I really enjoy, to be completely honest. And then along with similar lanes with the 9 and 8 of Night Game, we have 9 and 8 here. 9 being Magic Trick, 8 being Beautiful Stranger of Dog Years, which just again really blend together. They came one after another in the album to me, and they just really felt really similar. I wasn't able to really get much of a difference between the two of them. Then we have number 7, which is One Phone Call. This is a really weird song again. I got the message being like, hey, I'll always be there for you. Like, I'll be your one phone call that you need for whatever. But it's just really odd, to be completely honest with you. Then we're on number 6, the titular song that came out before, which is I Feel Like Dancing. A good upbeat song, a good swingy song. But I feel like number 5, Dancing in Heaven, just does it better in terms of just trying to get that mood that you're trying to get out of it. Number 4 we have is UFO. UFO was an odd one. Honestly, I can't really, again, it's not one of those songs I can't really describe that well. Then when we get to top 3, these are basically songs that I do like. They're not my favorite, but these are songs that I do enjoy. That being Companion. Companion is a really sad song as well. About, again, this is another romance thing. I'm trying to remember exactly what it's about, but again, it's just romance and stuff like that. And then we have number 2, which is Hurt So Good. This is, again, another romance song, a little masochistic. And this song is really reminiscing of Take Me Home from Crazy World. Like, I don't know if I'm crazy myself or not, but it felt like the exact same music as Take Me Home, except it had different lyrics. Which is why I didn't want to put it on the top, because it really because again, it just felt like I was listening to Take Me Home, but with different lyrics again. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. Then the last song that we have, which I feel like is the best song on the album. Again, I have to listen to Dog Years is an album that I have not listened to. This is like the one time I've gone through all the songs and actually listened to them. So this is subject to change, but as of right now is A Postcard from the Sea of Angels. This is kind of reminiscent to Leaving California from Crazy World. Just not sure if they want to live in LA anymore. But yeah, so that was my rankings of all of the albums out there. We'll do a quick tier rank of the albums themselves, since there are 5 albums in total, 2 from the Night Game, 3 from Boys Like Girls. So number 5, we have Dog Years. This album just wasn't it, to be completely honest with you. And I'm not sure if Martin Johnson himself is going to go back to continue writing for the Night Game, or if he's going to make a 4th album for Boys Like Girls, because there's been talks about that. At number 4, we have Crazy World. Crazy World is, again, a really mixed one. There are some key songs in there that I do really enjoy, and I do really like, but like, some of the songs on there are just not that good. Then following that, we have number 3, which is a self-titled one, Boys Like Girls. There's really a lot of good songs in Boys Like Girls, but some of the songs, honestly, I don't think I'll come back to if I'm looking back on it. Then with that, number 2, I have the Night Game. Night Game has some key songs in there, which I just really love. Again, it just feels like a lot more adult version of Boys Like Girls. With, you think about it as Coffee and Cigarettes and The Outfield and Die a Little and Once in a Lifetime. It just really feels like the upgrade from Boys Like Girls, and really reminiscent of that. And lastly, we have number 1, Love Drunk. Pretty obvious. Like I mentioned before, of the 11 songs on there, there's 8 songs on there which I just love. It has some of my favorite songs on there, songs that I would basically sing to in karaoke. And yeah, so that's my ranking of all Boys Like Girls / the Night Game albums. Again, this is something I've been trying to work on for a while. The other artist that I was doing it with was Taylor Swift. This was before Red came out. Well, Red, Taylor's version came out. I was trying to rank through her albums and stuff like that. And now Speak Now, Taylor Swift version is coming out. I know if I do hers, it's going to be basically a multi-part series of just going through all the songs, going through all the albums, since she has 10 albums, 11 albums. Speak Now is going to be her Speak Now Taylor version is going to be her 11th album. It's a lot, so let me know. I might do this with other artists I like as well. Just let me know what you guys think, or if you guys want to me to listen to artists that you guys like, comment down below. This has been a lot of fun. It might take me a while to do some editing on this because I'm going to put a bunch of stuff on here, so I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. But hey, video's over. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.